Hello, welcome to another session of Learn with Veer Sagar. In the last session, we talked about the need for reorganization, the need for looking at the jobs, the job structure, and the job description. Today, we will talk about how do we actually do that. And I'll take a case study from my experience. I'm not saying this is the only way to do it, right? I'm sure there are better ways, there are more ways, but this is a way which has worked and which the company has benefited immensely. First thing we need to do is to draw up an existing organization chart, right? And you'll be surprised what it throws up. It will throw up people reporting to one another, one to one. It'll throw up people doing the same jobs, right, along the line. No. First thing we have to do is to draw up the existing management structure. Who reports to who and why. Then take each job in that organization structure and ask the person, what is your objective of your job? What is the primary function of your job? And what else do you do? What's the secondary job? You could be saying, look, I'm the purchasing manager, but I also look for buying other things, not only purchasing, but also any other purchase, stationery or whatever. Or I'm also responsible for looking at value reduction. So whatever else he or she may be doing. And then you ask the person below. Then you say, okay, who reports to you? And what do you think is their main job and what are they doing? And you go down the way till you come to the last guy who says, this is where the buck ends. I have nowhere else to go. Right? Nobody reports to me and this is what I do. Then you go to the second layer of management. Ask the guy the same questions. What do you do? What's the prime job? What's the secondary job? Right? And then what reports do you create? Who do you send these reports to? And what do you think that person does with these reports? You ask that to the boss in the first stage. You ask the boss, okay, what reports come to you? And do you create any reports? And who do those reports go to? And what do you think they do with the reports? And you do this at every level. And you'll be amazed at the kind of questions that come, what it throws up. You will find a lot of people are doing the same job. At times you'll find that the boss's perception of what his subordinate is supposed to do and the subordinate's perception, what he thinks he is doing, are not the same. You'll find that a person is making a report and sending it to somebody, and that person does not show the report coming to him. Or if it comes, he doesn't know what to do with it, he files it. So you will find a lot of duplicate work, a lot of work which is not recognized, and a whole lot of fuzziness. And then now you, having seen this, you ask at each level, what does this level add to the company, to the efficiency, to decision making? And can this be done by combining two levels? And you will find that soon or you will be able to get rid of a lot of levels, a lot of layers. And a lot of layers were there in the olden days because they needed to create information. He got information from a lower level, he collated that and passed it on to his boss. Today that's not required. The boss gets that information on the computer or the notebook or his mobile on the tip of a finger. So a lot of these are not required. The reports, levels of analysis, etc. are not required. So you need to study what layer is doing what and what value are they adding to each layer. Who's making what report? Is anybody using this report? And if they're not using this report, why is this report being made? And there are a lot of horrible stories about how reports are created. Once upon a time, life changed. The person went who wanted that particular report, but the report still goes. The receiving manager does not even know that report is coming. His secretary or PO or somebody just files it. So you create this and you understand the layers of management that the organization has. And then what is their value add at that level? What happens if that level is disappears? If you remove that level, and how do you redistribute that work above or below? Will there be any loss? And having done that, you reorganize, you create a new structure. And you will find in this structure the number of layers between you, the CEO, and the customer comes down to 2 levels, maybe 3 levels, and in our case, 1 level. Most service companies do not need to have too many layers. Most development countries, product companies don't need to have so many levels because there is no value add, they're only blocking. Decision making takes more levels then, and therefore at every stage it gets delayed. The velocity of decision making gets hit. And in today's environment, the most important thing is how quickly do you react? Previously, if somebody wrote a letter to you and it took you 2 weeks to reply with a permission or lack of permission, you're okay. Today, they want back by return email. People even send you, I have people sending me an email and sending me a WhatsApp message immediately. Sent you an email. Before and the WhatsApp message comes before the email comes. Because they expect a reply almost instantaneously. Whether you are a junior to your boss or your boss to your junior, each one expects, or a customer to you or you to customer, you expect instantaneous response because the competition, the velocity of business is so high today. And therefore, a compact management with as few layers of management as possible is a great benefit. So, to summarize, we need to understand each layer of management. What is their objective of the job? What are they doing? What reports do they get? What reports do they create? Who reports to them? What do you think is their job? Similarly, the people at each level do this and see what it throws up and what levels can be made redundant. And having made this redundancy, you then realize that I had 100 positions in my organization spread over 6 layers. Now I've only got 30 positions in my organization spread over 2 layers. I've got 70 positions surplus. That means I need to part with 70 people. Which 70 do I part? This is what we will cover in the next session. Till that time, it's Veer Sagar saying goodbye.